Hey Wargamers, welcome back to the channel Death from Above Wargaming. I'm Aaron and I am back tonight with a special announcement. This is going to be something real cool that I think you guys will very much enjoy. A little bit of a collaboration with another channel called Ion Radio. I think you'll really like them, and I think you'll like them even more because they're going to be doing a BattleTech campaign over on their channel. So they shot me an email, I guess it was about a month and a half ago. We started talking. They'd asked me if it'd be cool if they could use the DFA campaign rules on their channel. Of course, I said yes. So we set up a little one-on-one time, well, two-on-one time, really. I want to show you a few segments from that. So guys, first of all, check out this video on their channel. Again, it's Ion Radio. Subscribe because they're going to have a whole campaign coming your way using the exclusive Death from Above Wargaming campaign rules. All right, so guys, check out these clips from our interview.
All right, well, hi Aaron. Welcome to our channel, and I guess welcome to yours. I'm Ken.
I'm John.
All right, and I'm Aaron from Death from Above Wargaming. Thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it.
No, thank you for coming on.
So one of the things that we had brought up in advance of our conversation was, again, that we were very intrigued by your own BattleTech system. You kind of created your own campaign play that's specific that you guys were using for Death from Above. So we were hoping we can ask you a couple different questions on that and then just kind of, play through it and everything else.
Yeah, it sounds great to me. I'd be happy to talk about it.
All right, so let's actually get into the meat of all the real talk here.
Yeah.
The big reason we wanted to get in touch with you, and that's to actually talk about the Death from Above campaign rules.
Yeah.
So you kind of got that out of, if I remember correctly, you said you adapted the Chaos system to kind of your own rule set.
Right.
What was really your principal driver for doing that? And, why don't we talk a little bit about that? Maybe we can spawn some questions from there.
Yeah, so not to give too much history, but it really started with the sort of some of the key house rules that we made. So I'm my background, or at least what I do now, is it's very data driven, very data heavy stuff, and so I love crunching numbers. And if I'm going to make a house rule, like statistically, it needs to be similar with the feel of the game. And when we got back into Classic from 40K, it felt so cumbersome to me. If you like rumble up on somebody in a stalker and you have like 12 weapons to shoot, like you can tell your buddies to go like pick up like Burger King because it's going to take you a while before you resolve 12 hits, 4 different missile cluster tables, like 32 different hit locations. It's too much, right? It's too slow.
So I know when we pilot tested, what was the engagement that we played with the objective points? For the 6?
Intercept,
yeah.
The 6 that go
the 6
live.
and they go hot. Oh yeah, that's a good one.
And it was absolutely amazing how close that particular battle was for the two of us. And we brought two kind of radically different builds. I had a couple light mechs which ran in and grabbed 2 points right away, versus your bigger guys, which are just destroying me.
Davian, I had a lot of ACs.
Yeah, well, typical.
So in that, going along with your campaign and some of the rules you changed, again, probably for your house rule purposes, we noticed that we were hitting things at longer ranges. It seemed like we were doing more damage. We had 3 headshots, right? Which isn't typical in other games of BattleTech that we played. So I'm curious, is that part of what you were hoping to get out of your rule set?
Yeah, so with the headshots, it's just you got a hot hand, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
You're actually, I think, statistically more likely to roll, when you're rolling all those stalker hits, and you've got, all your LRM 10s, you're rolling like 42 times for location, you're probably more likely to get a headshot then. But no, all joking aside, definitely we wanted a faster, more lethal system. So you'll notice, we crunch all of the range penalties down. So normally it's, 0, 2, 4. We use the optional extreme range rule, which is a 6, and then we crunch all those penalties down to just 0, 1, 2, 3. And we do that because if you if you really look at the probability of hitting mechs at long range, in rules as written, it's absurd. Let's say you've got even a 3, which is the average pilot in the campaign, the Chaos campaign rules as written. So your piloting is 3. Let's say you're walking, that's a 4. Let's say they've got a 2 target mod and you're at a 5, 6, and then they're at long range. You're at a 10. And
Right.
that's you walking and then barely, they're not moving that fast. It's a 10. I think the probability to nail a 10 is like, I don't remember the top of my head, I think it's like 18%.
Yeah, it's going to dice probability. When we first started playing and not understanding anything about probability, we were making all those 12 rolls and not understanding why they hit, and our mechs were overheating.
Well, definitely watching the DFA videos, one of the things we like to look at it as is it's BattleTech game in an hour.
Yeah.
At least what we see from what you have filmed. And it's a great presentation of the game because we can follow it, and it's engaging, which I think is fun. And clearly, I know when in the games that we've seen, whether it's you and Kevin or whomever, there's always a lot of people having fun, which I think is kind of key.
Yeah, well, I will tell you, I'm like a competitive jerk, but when I'm doing it for the channel, even if I'm getting like my butt kicked, I'm always thinking to myself like, man, this is great. I'm like, this is a great story. This is great content. It's great narrative. So it sort of eases my pain. But I have been known to flip a game board or two in my day. So
I think we all have at some point or another.
So your channel actually had a lot of influence on us starting up as well. So back in the day, Ken and I used to play at a local game store, and they would stream their videos
oh, cool.
of us playing, and we enjoyed doing that, but that game store actually closed down. So it wasn't until, I think, about a year ago you guys started launching videos consistently.
Yeah, exactly. February 10th.
And
So almost exactly a year, a little
yeah,
over.
it's a happy birthday to us.
Anniversary.
Yeah, exactly.
DFA.
Yeah.
so I saw you guys, and you have such phenomenal quality. Like, your graphics, the way you record everything. And I went to Ken, and I'm like, I want to do this with the game that we played the most of, which is Star Wars Armada.
Yeah.
And that's what caused us to kind of go into this whole YouTube adventure.
Yeah.
And it was for us. It was kind of a slow roll, slow burn, and we're now a little over 100 days into it, where we've had actual content out. We've got a decent little following,
Yeah.
and we decided let's expand our channel just a little bit, and we wanted to get BattleTech in there. As John said, DFA and what you've been doing with your campaigns was kind of an inspiration. So we figured we'd go right to the source and kind of start talking to you about your campaign system, BattleTech. So I guess one of the questions we have, because as we've already previously discussed, we're going to be using your campaign for a series of videos for us on our channel for BattleTech. What would you hope we can get out of your campaign rule set and BattleTech in general?
Well, I hope you get to 4 games, because if you get to 4 games, or even 5 games, I mean, that's when it really is going to be hitting the fan, and you're going to be limping around with some messed up mechs. Hopefully it's not a 3-game sweep. It's always fun when you get when it's a good back and forth trade, and it doesn't always happen, but if it does, and you get to those late games and it's like a nail biter and you have to field some real junk on, because you don't have any support points left, you're like, gee, do I field the the Raven with a half of a gyro, or do I want to field the the Wolfhound with an engine hit? That's always fun, right? Because again, you've got this limited pool of support points, so that would be cool. But ultimately, I just hope you guys enjoy it, right? I mean, I'm interested in your feedback, interested to see what your experience is. I mean, we've gotten some feedback. I think overall it's been pretty positive. But I think I just really hope you guys enjoy that sort of that extra meta layer, if you will, or whatever you want to call it. That weight over every individual fight. That really kind of adds that depth to the game.
Well, I think definitely we'll get the enjoyment for the overall campaign. Just looking through the missions you have and the ability to kind of adjust the strength and level of the fight, I know for us was really fascinating and how that works. And I think you mentioned at one point that you may have some new missions coming out. Is that still on the board or no?
Yeah, we got some really, Kevin and I have been batting around some stuff, and we really have some really exciting missions, like things that I would want to play. You know, I don't want to spoil too much, but I'll give you a little teaser. You know, this is another one. You know, Kevin is the mastermind behind Intercept, by the way. That was his brainchild. But he had this other one he sort of came up with, and we've been refining it, where you know, basically his idea was like, you know, moving the line. So imagine almost like a football field, right? And you know, the teams are really trying to push the, you know, that battle line back, right? And how would we sort of represent that, and how does that work, you know? Because it's fun if, yeah, you know, you got these mechs that can like bust around and flank, but you know, really there's like a battle line in this mission, this new one that we're working on, that needs to be held, and you know, like, you know, how you move that forward and back, and you know, you've got the lateral distance to kind of work with, but we have some pretty cool stuff coming up. So lots of neat missions in the works, and of course some very simple ones too, you know, like like a classic, you have a base, I have a base, you know, and we're both trying to either capture and, you know, or kill or protect our own. So you have to kind of divide your forces up and figure out, you know, tactically, do you want to play defense? Do you want to play offense? Do you want to just go balls to the wall to their base? You know, so we have some more simple ones that are going to be fun, and then we have some more complicated ones that I think that'll be pretty neat as well. So we're probably going to plan on releasing maybe 3 or 4 next. We've all got a whole vat of ideas, but you know, only a few of them are well formed. But they're coming out soon, and we're also working on converting the existing mission set over to Alpha Strike, as well as the campaign rules. So we'll have it available for both Classic and Alpha Strike as well. So
we both really look forward to all of that.
Yeah, it'll be cool.
Yeah, I think we're going to go through a full campaign of classic BattleTech, and then, you know, I know that we've been talking a little bit over here about Alpha Strike, so we've been enjoying your videos for sure, which has gotten me interested. I know we, even earlier today, were kind of just discussing it just a little bit, throwing it around. Yeah, I think that's really, Aaron, all the questions we've got for you. I don't know if you got anything coming back towards us.
No, I mean, I guess, you know, the one big question I have is, so you guys are gonna do the campaign. What factions are you gonna play? Have you decided yet? I mean, you're both Davian fans.
I don't even know what I'm playing.
So I'm wondering, if you're both Davian fans, like, are you gonna have to roll to see who gets to play the Federated Sons?
So I'm actually gonna go and put together a mercenary faction.
I like it.
So I think we're both gonna kind of play with about a 10 mech lineup. We're probably going to force ourselves to do 2 light mechs each.
Yeah.
And we haven't quite decided on the BV yet. But it'll be interesting to find out. I know when we put our first list together, we were surprisingly quite similar with a couple differences in terms of what we put out.
Yeah.
But, you know, definitely we'll keep in touch. We'll let you know.
Yeah, I'd love to hear about it.
And then you'll be able to see it on our channel too. Cool. Well, I think it'll be fun for us. Aaron, thank you very much for being up on our channel.
Yeah.
So again, for our viewers, definitely take a look at what Aaron does over at DFA Wargaming. It's great BattleTech reviews. Again, inspiration for what we've done. So like and subscribe his stuff too.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys. I really appreciate you setting this up and having me on your channel. Looking forward to maybe doing it again sometime. Maybe a wrap up when your campaign is done.
Oh, definitely. We would love to do that.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, guys, thanks again. Have a great night.
Thank you. You do the same.
All right, guys. So there you have it. Just a little quick sneak peek at our interview. If you want to catch the whole thing, head on over to Ion Radio and subscribe there, and then stay tuned for that BattleTech campaign that we were talking about. I will tell you, I got a sneak peek at some of the miniatures that they're going to be using, some of the mechs they will be deploying in this campaign. It looks pretty exciting. I know those dudes are real amped up about it. Great guys. But that's that. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe here if you haven't already. Check us out over at dfawargaming.com, battlytics.com, Facebook, Instagram at DFA Wargaming. And that's it. Guys, stay tuned. Always more great stuff coming from Death from Above Wargaming. And have a great night.